Imagine living a life where your inner peace is unshakable, where criticism, challenges, or the chaos around you don't have the power to throw you off balance. What would it feel like to experience that kind of freedom? How would it change the way you see the world? Today, we're going on a deep journey through 10 transformative Buddhist principles that can guide you toward this state of calm and balance. As Buddha said, peace comes from within, do not seek it without. These simple yet powerful words invite us to build an inner refuge that doesn't depend on what's happening outside. Together, we'll explore the meaning of these timeless lessons and how to apply them to our modern lives. This won't be just a conversation, but a discovery, a journey to the center of your being, where a serene strength resides that can face any adversity. Get ready to create your own fortress of peace and navigate life with wisdom and clarity. Principle number 1, insults and offenses. In Buddhism, we learn that insults and offenses only affect us if we let them. Picture someone throwing a rock into a lake. The water stirs and creates ripples for a moment, but soon returns to its natural calm. In the same way, when someone says something hurtful, it may disturb our peace briefly, but it's our choice whether or not to let that disturbance fade. Buddha warned us, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. These words show that suffering grows from clinging to resentment. When we realize that hurtful words often reflect the internal struggles of the person saying them, we gain the ability to respond with compassion instead of absorbing the negativity. Just like the lake returning to stillness, we can find our balance again by releasing these wounds. This choice isn't about the other person. It's about protecting our own peace. Principle number 2, turn everyone into a teacher. Everyone who crosses our path has something to teach us. Imagine viewing every encounter, whether it brings joy or sparks challenges, as a chance to learn. This is one of Buddhism's core teachings. Buddha taught, taking care of yourself means taking care of others. Taking care of others means taking care of yourself. This means that when we embrace each interaction as a lesson, we can grow and become stronger. For instance, if someone behaves rudely, that situation can teach us to practice patience and empathy. When we look at the world with this mindset, life becomes an endless classroom. Every moment becomes an opportunity to improve our character, keeping us resilient in the face of any challenge. Principle number 3, transform envy into inspiration. Envy is an emotion that can sap our energy and steal our joy. But Buddhism shows us we can change this feeling into something constructive, inspiration. When we see someone succeed or display qualities we admire, we can choose to feel motivated rather than diminished. Buddha encouraged us, do not be jealous of the qualities of others. Instead, let them inspire you and adopt them yourself. This shift in perspective lets us appreciate and learn from others instead of falling into the trap of comparison. Imagine that instead of lamenting someone's success, you allow yourself to learn from that person's choices and habits. This process moves you from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance, helping you grow and thrive without carrying the weight of negativity. Principle number 4, be strict with yourself and tolerant with others. Real strength comes from balancing self-discipline with empathy. Buddhism teaches us to demand the best from ourselves while cultivating understanding and tolerance for the shortcomings of others. Buddha said, you, yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. This philosophy reminds us that by being strict with our own behavior, we build a solid, resilient character. At the same time, by treating others with tolerance, we strengthen bonds rooted in empathy, creating a harmonious environment. It's like tending a garden. While we work diligently to keep it healthy and vibrant, we also allow the flowers to grow in their own time, accepting the natural imperfections that are part of the process. Principle number 5. No one can hurt you without your consent. This idea is one of the most liberating in Buddhism. Although other people's actions can be painful, the way we react is completely under our control. Buddha reminded us, no one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one should. We ourselves must walk the path. This statement captures the essence of spiritual autonomy. Just like a tree standing firm in a storm, we can bend without breaking, as long as we have a solid foundation of inner peace. Imagine cultivating this strength through meditation and self-reflection. It helps us realize that we are responsible for our own happiness and gives us the power not to let others' behavior dictate our emotional state. It's an invitation to build an internal fortress so solid that no external attack can breach it. Principle number 6. The power of acceptance. Accepting things as they are is one of the most transformative practices in Buddhism. It doesn't mean resignation or passivity, but rather recognizing reality without resistance, allowing you to respond with clarity and wisdom. Buddha taught, accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be. By practicing acceptance, we conserve the energy that would otherwise be wasted fighting the uncontrollable and channel it into constructive actions. Think of life like a river. When we fight against the current, we exhaust ourselves without moving forward. But by accepting its natural flow, we can navigate it with more ease and peace. This approach also strengthens our relationships because accepting people as they are, with their strengths and flaws, fosters empathy and understanding, creating deeper and more meaningful connections. Principle number 7. Live in harmony with nature. Buddhism invites us to observe and learn from nature's inherent wisdom. As Buddha said, just as a candle cannot burn without fire, people cannot live without a spiritual life. Aligning with nature's cycles is a powerful way to reconnect with the essence of life. Natural cycles, like spring's blossoming and winter's rest, teach us that change is both inevitable and necessary. Living in tune with these rhythms helps us face transitions serenely, accepting that growth, renewal, and even difficult times are all part of the journey. Additionally, nurturing simple habits, such as waking up at sunrise or spending more time outdoors, can reduce stress and increase our sense of balance. By respecting and protecting the environment, we also grow more aware of the interconnectedness among all living beings. This reinforces simplicity and clarity amid modern complexities, leading to a more peaceful and meaningful life. Principle number 8. Focus on an ethical life. An ethical life is the foundation of true inner peace. Buddha stated, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." This teaching reminds us that our actions, thoughts, and words shape both who we are and the world around us. Living ethically means acting with honesty, compassion, and respect toward all beings. The law of karma shows us that every choice creates ripples that inevitably return to us. For instance, a kind word can ease someone's suffering and strengthen a bond, while an act of kindness can brighten someone else's day and bring fulfillment to our own hearts. Imagine how much of a difference simple gestures can make, helping a neighbor, respecting nature, or avoiding snap judgments. These small ethical choices create a cycle of harmony and balance, protecting our inner peace and deepening our connections with others. By living with integrity, we plant seeds of goodness that blossom in our lives and in the lives of those around us. Principle number 9. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is the key to changing our perspective. Instead of focusing on what's missing, it encourages us to recognize and appreciate what we already have. Buddha reminded us, "Let us be grateful, for even if we haven't learned much today, we have learned a little." By practicing gratitude, we start noticing everyday blessings, a friend's smile, a moment of rest, or even the simple fact of being alive. This shift in focus helps us develop a more positive and resilient mindset. Putting it into practice can be simple. Try keeping a gratitude journal noting 3 things you're grateful for each day, or simply pause to reflect on what has brought you joy recently. Gratitude is also demonstrated through acts of kindness, which create a positive feedback loop and strengthen our bonds with others. In tough times, gratitude reminds us that even amid challenges, there's always something to appreciate. This gives us the strength and hope to move forward with serenity and confidence. Principle number 10. Trust the process and let go of control. Finally, Buddhism teaches us to trust life's process and release our grip on control. Buddha said, "You only lose what you cling to." This wisdom shows us that trying to control every aspect of life often leads to suffering. When we cling too rigidly to specific outcomes or expectations, we end up creating resistance and frustration. Letting go of control doesn't mean giving up, but trusting that when we do our best, things will unfold the right way at the right time. Think of life like a river. When we try swimming against the current, we grow exhausted and frustrated. But by flowing with the natural course, we find a smoother and more balanced path. This principle is especially helpful in moments of uncertainty, whether in relationships, career, or personal challenges. Trust that, even when things don't seem to make sense, there's a greater purpose at play. Every difficulty can be a hidden teacher, bringing lessons that strengthen us and prepare us for something bigger. By letting go of control, we live more freely, enjoying the present moment and lowering our anxiety about the future. As we explore these 10 Buddhist principles, one truth becomes clear. The peace we're all looking for isn't found in external circumstances, but in how we choose to relate to them. It's an internal practice, an invitation to become masters of our emotions, reactions, and thoughts. Imagine for a moment what your life would look like if you put these teachings into practice every day. Think of the power in accepting insults, as though they were stones thrown into a lake that soon returns to calm. The wisdom in seeing each person as a teacher and each challenge as a chance to grow. Or the freedom in letting go of control and trusting life's natural flow, knowing that everything unfolds at the right time. Putting these principles into action helps us build an inner refuge, a place of serenity that no adversity can shake. But remember, the journey to this kind of transformation isn't instant. It's a path that calls for patience, practice, and self-compassion. As Buddha said, "Peace comes from within, do not seek it without." These words echo as a reminder that we have the power to shape our own reality. By embracing these teachings, you not only transform your relationship with the world, but also become a source of light and inspiration for everyone around you. Now it's your turn to take the next step. Which of these principles are you ready to apply in your life today? How could they help you face challenges or find joy in everyday moments? Real transformation begins with small daily changes. Every decision you make, no matter how simple, is a step toward peace and clarity. Trust the process, let go of the need to control, and embrace the strength already within you. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey. If you believe these teachings can help others, don't forget to share this video. Let's spread this message of peace and resilience to as many people as possible.